We're going again, guys. Marathon number 3.
That's awesome.
Chick chick hello. We're going again, guys. Marathon number 3. I got inspired recently watching a buddy of mine train for the Gold Coast Marathon, and I was going to jump on an app and just get like a program for 12 weeks. I was like, you know what? It'd be much nicer to ask someone that I know personally and that lives locally to kind of guide me. And I thought, who better than James Newbrina? So I said, hey, can you turn up this morning? I just finished a run. Turn up. I want to talk to you about a 12-week training block. Basically, I've done 2 marathons. One was the Auckland Marathon back in 2012. Did it just off CrossFit training, no running. In fact, I ran it in Nike Freeze.
That's awesome.
Which I don't think you're supposed to run more than 5Ks in Nike Freeze. I ran a full marathon with my pose running method and snuck it under 4 hours, 3 hours 58, and I was pumped. I was destroyed. And then it took 8 years for me to run another one. Ran the Gold Coast Marathon 2022. A bit of running training, a few 10s, few 15s, not a whole lot, and snuck in again under 4 hours at 3:57, so 1 minute PB. And so it's 2 years later, 3 years later now, and I'm like, I want to do it properly. I want to run a marathon and actually put a proper training block in place. So I have a goal of running a 3:45 or sub 3:45 in 12 weeks time. And then next year, before I turn 40, because I'm 39 now, 39 next weekend, next year I want to run the Gold Coast in under 3:30.
It's doable.
So my question for you, James, this morning is, can I run a sub 3:45 do you reckon in 12 weeks time? Will you help me? And yeah, what do you think?
Well, 100% yes, I'll help you. I would love to help you. I'm actually very excited for this. It's actually firing me up, probably more than it's firing you up, because you've got to actually do the pain. But yes, 3:45 in 12 weeks time, given your training background, history, ability just to suffer through workouts, yes, it's doable. I think the thing that we want to focus on, considering Vaiki, you only want to train running 3 times a week. So 3 sessions a week. If we structure it well and get you as base aerobically fit as we can, so making sure that we're just hitting those high zone 1, zone 2s, and we're efficient and we're keeping you injury free or niggle free, that'll be the key. Consistency up until race day will be the biggest factor. But as long as we're consistent on those 3 days of running training and we can, maybe pop in some type of erg aerobic work as well, you'll be at 3:45 no problem. And we'll pace it, we'll fuel you right. I think, like you said, nutrition is a huge factor. So if we get the nutrition right, you're going to be on point.
Here we go. Session number 1, or brick number 1, as I'm calling it. I've got 36 bricks to lay. 12 weeks, 3 sessions per week, 36 bricks. Just got to make sure I turn up, lay each one, and hopefully I'll be ready for my marathon. We're kicking off today, session number 1, with a threshold session. I've got 6-minute efforts times 4. So 6 minutes of running. I've got to hold a half marathon pace. I've set my Garmin for like a 5 to 5:10 minute per K pace. I think I can run a half marathon holding a 5:10 pace. So I'm going to try and stay in there. 6 minutes of running, 45-second rest, and repeat that 4 times. But first, 2K warm up, 2K cool down. So I'm thinking it's going to be roughly 10Ks, 10Ks of work. This is the first time ever that I've actually entered a workout into the Garmin Connect app and then synced it with my watch. So that's going to be fun. See how the beeping goes and the intervals go. Should make life a lot easier. So let's do it, eh? I'm excited. Session number 1, baby. Let's go. So I told James I only want to run 3 times a week. That's kind of the boundaries. I'm not a runner. I'm a CrossFitter. I'm a bigger dude. I'm 92 kgs. Really, I want to try and get down to like 87 or 85 for the Mara. I'd like to be a bit lighter. Okay, so 3 sessions a week. What does it look like for the 3 sessions? So I'm going to run Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. 3 sessions. What do they look like? Cool.
So I think, again, the key factor is making sure that your cardiovascular system is working as efficiently as we can. So when we're prepping for a marathon, we want to make sure that we're building foundation for supplying oxygen. And we need it to hang out in that zone 1, zone 2. So that's lower heart rate zone. That's like talking pace. Basically, if we were to look at, say, max heart rate, we're looking at holding, let's just say my max heart rate is 180 beats a minute. My zone 1, zone 2, I'm looking at 105 beats up to about 139, 140 beats a minute. So somewhere in that vicinity. So probably for your long sessions, like high zone 1, low zone 2 is probably where we're going to sit. And that's maybe around the 115 to 125 beats a minute range. So really chill, like super relaxed, super chill. So let's say you can run a 10K in 45 minutes. And you run a 430 Ks, your zone 2 would probably be hanging out somewhere around that 6-minute pace, somewhere there. Like it should be chill. It should be easy. It should feel easy. If it's feeling hard, slow down. So we're building more mitochondria. We're getting the lungs to work more efficiently. We're supplying oxygen better. We're building more red blood cells. And then we can tap into some other areas that'll help build your base, but also build your speed and build your running economy through things like fartlek sessions and your threshold sessions. So we'll probably add in a Tuesday, Thursday. So Sunday will probably be something like a long run, zone 2, zone 1. We'll sit in there somewhere. And then as we progress, we might kick it definitely into zone 2 and hang out in zone 2 and maybe even push it just a little bit higher, high zone 2. And then as we get more efficient, you'll probably find sitting in those zones will become easier. Then maybe Tuesday, we might look at a threshold session. So we'll be looking at holding somewhere in the vicinity of like your FTP. So somewhere between, say, your 10K average and your half mara average, somewhere in that vicinity. And we'll be holding those on repeats for likely the better part of 40 to 60 minutes. And it'd be, for instance, say 5x5 or 5x6 or 4x8 or 4x9 or 5x10. Probably as we get closer, holding those higher thresholds. This is just going to allow you to run at more efficient speeds. It'll make your zone 2, where we'll probably sit for Mara, seem really chill and easy. But again, it also has some really good adaptations that we can take from that'll help with your zone 1 and your marathon prep. Then I'd like to introduce a fartlek session as well. So this is like a bit of speed worked into a bit of like relaxed zone 2, really chill, probably even 2 minutes behind threshold, but running it above threshold, bringing it back to below zone 2. So trying to bring that heart rate back down. Just a really good way to help build VO2. And if we can increase VO2, you're going to find this run a lot easier. And then if we can squeeze it in, I'm probably going to add in somewhere into those sessions just a couple of times where you're going to max yourself out. Once a week, we might find ourselves hitting 20 to 25 second bursts, maybe 3 or 4 efforts of 20 to 25 second max out efforts. Just some really cool data lately has been extracting oxygen from the red blood when we do some max outs. It's really good for hormone production. It's really good for sleep. It's really good for just getting your body to extract oxygen more efficiently. So we're going to add those little spurts of that. And then if we can get on an erg at some point, probably just a bike, I would like to just try and nudge, and that is an optional piece that'll probably give you, if you've got the time, to just duck out to the garage, jump on a bike erg, sit on that from anywhere to 30 to 45 minutes at zone 1 whilst you're working or something, just ticking the legs over and breathing a little bit heavier than rest, will be on point.
I tell you what, there could be worse places to run. It's pretty magical. Dang, I love the Gold Coast, eh? Love the Gold Coast. Okay, here we go. First set, 6 minutes at 5 Ks. That's the first set done. I must be too excited, because my Garmin was beeping at me saying going too fast, going too fast. It wasn't until the last minute that I managed to get it to 5 to 5:10s. So 1 minute left out of the 6 minutes. The Garmin said you're now in the desired zone, so I've got to chill out. Okay, it's one down, 3 to go, it's feeling good. Okay, I think I got the hang of it now. I'm in the zone from the start. Let's go. Okay, that was way better. Second set, managed to stay in that zone the whole time. 2 down, 2 to go. Feeling so good. Session number 1, you'd hope you feel good. Here we go. Set number 3, we're on. Dang it. I had about 1 minute to go, my third set. My right calf muscle just started hurting really bad, like really sharp pain. Not a cramp, just like a sharp pain that won't let me carry on. Dang it. Actually, I ran 14 on the weekend and could feel my calf kind of hurting a bit towards the end, but didn't think much of it. But this is way worse. And I was hoping that would just pass, but now I'm hobbling back to the car. If you know me, I don't stop for a bit of discomfort or a bit of pain. I normally just kind of push through it and it sorts itself out, but this just stopped me dead in my tracks. I was running a nice, easy 5 minute per K pace, and a calf muscle just said, nah. I've never had anything like it. Session number 1, brick number 1, already a setback.
Injury free or niggle free, that'll be the key.
I can't even believe it. Honestly, guys, session number 1. Oh man, speechless right now. That pain in my calf just stopped me dead. I couldn't keep running. There's like sharp pain in my calf. I think I know what it is though. Last Thursday, we had 300 double unders, which is like double skips. You guys know what double unders are. Wow. 300 dubbies. Then I ran on the Friday. Then Saturday morning, we had double unders again for some reason. Another 300, and then ran 14 Ks on Sunday. So it was like double unders, run, and I actually felt a tightness in my calf on Sunday morning during the 14. Didn't think much of it, just kept running. And there it is today. So, man, I really hope it's nothing serious. Just gonna leave it for now, give it a break. And if you can't run, then there's only one other thing to do. Lightweight, baby! Oh yeah! It's actually really sore, eh? Oh man. Oh. Man, for those who've followed the channel in the past, I've obviously had a long break. So I was so excited to start producing content again. I'm obviously gonna document the whole 12 weeks. So today I had the drone ready, had the camera ready. I was gonna finish my session and then get some good running content. So not only am I gutted about not being able to run, but I'm like, looking forward to shooting some content out running. But hopefully Thursday, I'm gonna run Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays. Hopefully this calf sorts itself out by Thursday. I don't think it's anything major. It might just be a little bit angry at me for overdoing it last week. Husa. It's funny, because with the whole Strava culture, you always don't want to post running a 6 minute, run. You want to show that you can run if, you can hold a 4:45 or a 5 minute pace, like this morning, it's so hard to sit on that. We ran a 5:25, 5:30 pace this morning, and you were just talking about like a 6 minute pace, perhaps even like really slow. So if obviously to run a 3:45 marathon, a 3 hour 45 marathon, I think the pace needs to be like a 5:30 or something on the day. So, yeah.
5:30 on the day it is, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, so I guess the question is though, so those zone 2 runs on the weekend, the longer ones, those are, like I said, just to build. Like it's not to work on your pacing necessarily for the marathon. Mm-hmm. So if I want to get fast, if I want to run a 3:30 in the future, like where do you actually gain the power? Like how do you train to get faster? Is that the fartlek sessions you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Like if we don't train the gears to get into those realms, it's going to be very hard to tap into them later on. So That's why you can start, adding in, 400s, aiming for the 90-second pace or the 330 400s, so 330 per kilometer for 400 meters at a time, short rest intervals or longer rest intervals, but learning how to tap into those speeds and maintain those speeds, and even tempo running efforts we can chuck in there as well. But if we don't tap into them, when we get there, they're a little bit more uncomfortable. They're not like second nature. Whereas if we're touching all of the gears, sprinting, tempo, your fartlek sessions on and off, your interval sessions, so sustained output for 1600 meters to 2.6 Ks at a time, and then you've got your long aerobic, 5:30 to 6 minutes, 6:10 pace as well. You've got a net of speeds you can work with, and you know how to tap into each gear for what you need at that time. And the better you are at that, it's just refining running in all aspects. And then those other sessions will help keep you niggle free too, because as we progress, if we just slog it the same way every single day, eventually you're using different muscles when you run in different gears. I'll have you on a shoe rotation as well. You're gonna have to run on a shoe rotation just so your shoes have time to air out and dry, and then also you're not working on the same muscles every single time. Like if you're running in a single pair of shoes all the time, or you want to run in carbons on the day, we're not running in carbons every day up until the race because you want to run fast every day. It's making sure that we're staying niggle free. Like the consistency across the board is probably the biggest factor. For instance, if I was to say, hey, if you're going to be sporadic with the plan that we've currently got, which is these 3 different types of sessions with an extra aerobic on the erg if we can, and you're going to be sporadic about it, you'd be better off being consistent with just running 10Ks 3 times a week at a consistent. I would say you'd be better off doing that. So consistency is key.
Love it. That makes so much sense. Awesome. I'm excited. And then lastly is fueling. Like that's going to be, for me, I know it's going to be the number one thing because I'm useless at it. And that's probably the main reason I asked you to help me, because you're knowledgeable with the fueling. So you mentioned this morning dates, and you also mentioned honey, I think, or like maple syrup, sorry. Yeah, talk to me about that. Like, I'm not a massive fan of gels. I feel like it just drives my. It's hard to. I find it hard to get down. So it would be good to get something that I can consume on the day, or while I train. That will just keep me fueled and that's easy to take.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've trialed a lot with gels and pastes and making my own and taking with me. But I think the best thing you can do is, like, especially in and around race day and training, for that matter, you need carbs. We're going to need to get the carbs in, and we need to look at the most efficient way to get the carbs in. I've found in recent times, especially with a bit of triathlon, a bit of marathon, a bit of longer stuff, that I love maple. Maple's all, and even for CrossFit, like you're about to go out and you're about to hit an 18-minute or a 20-minute burner, you need carbs. It's a glycolytic effort. So we need to have carbs on hand. We need to have them readily available. And I think maple syrup is so good because it is thin. You get it down very quick. It's almost like it's more watery than a regular gel. And for a 30 ml serve, you're getting 27, 28 grams of carbs. You're getting antioxidants at the same time. It doesn't affect blood sugar too much. Honey tends to affect blood sugar a little bit more, but it's still a great option. If you like honey, it's just a little bit more like viscous than maple. Maple's more watery, so it's very fast and easy. And now you can get gels you can get maple sachets that you can get them down in, which is great. So that'd be like fueling on the day. If you like dates, you can do date paste as well. If you don't mind, chewing on it a bit more. That's what I did in my last one, and I really liked it. But I think maple would be how I attack the next one, and I recommend that. But then leading into race, we're going to make sure that you're absolutely carbed up to the eyeballs in the 2 days leading up. So we'll be looking at anywhere from 8 to 11, maybe 12, probably, just depending on how your stomach goes with it. But let's say 8 to 11 grams of carbs per kilo of lean body mass leading into the race 2 days out for sure. And hydration, sodium, mag, potassium. We'll make sure that you're hydrated well.
Love it. Now the catch is, I actually don't have a ticket to the Melbourne Marathon. That's all sold out. So I'm going to try and get one leading up to it. But worst case scenario, we'll just run an unofficial marathon here on the Gold Coast. But we're just talking this morning. Obviously, race day is such a special day with the vibes, lots of people around, the aid stations. So I'm going to try hard to actually get an official ticket to the Melbourne Marathon and get it done there. So if you are interested in following along, 12 weeks, 39-year-old next weekend, training 3 times a week to try and run a 3:45 marathon. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun times.
Let's go.
I got given this Assault Air Runner. It's got no arms. It's got no frame or screen on it. But other than that, it runs just fine. You don't know how far you're running or how fast you're running, but it goes. And so it's Sunday afternoon. Since Tuesday's debacle, I haven't run or done much really. So I've taken Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday off, and it's now Sunday afternoon. So it's been 5 days of just resting the calf muscle. And I thought, you know what, let's test it out. Let's jump on here, see how it feels. And funny story, when I decided to start running again, the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to go out and buy new shoes. That's always the case, yeah? When you start something fresh, something new, you want the gear, you want the new gear, because it makes you feel like you're doing something. When in reality, you're not doing anything but just buying something. And so I was tempted to buy new shoes, but I knew that what I needed to do was just go out and run. It's like, you don't need new shoes, just do the thing first. Like run, and then once you're sure you're going to stick with it, then maybe invest in some shoes. So I found these Puma Nitros that I bought before my Hyrox last year, and just ran in these, and they were totally fine. But then talking to James, he was like, I'm going to get you on a shoe rotation. You need to run into different shoes because different shoes will work different muscle groups. And so after Tuesday, when I heard my calf, I was like, hey, I've heard my calf. James is talking about a shoe rotation. Maybe I should try some new shoes. And so I've gone out and bought the New Balance Rebels, the version 4s, and going to try them out now for the first time. So let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed we're on the mend and we're good to go, because I'm so fired up to train, and it's so frustrating when you get injured, first week, far out. Here we go. Oh man, that is such a relief. I was supposed to run 15 kilometers today, and so I worked out that it'll be roughly an hour 20 if I ran like a 5:30 pace. And so I jumped on here, just kept my heart rate at like a zone 2, 130, 140 beats per minute. Ran for 120 minutes. My calf tightened up a little bit at the 20-minute mark, jumped off, gave it a stretch, jumped back on, and it was fine for the remainder. I felt amazing. So we might be back here. It's not 100, like it's definitely, I'm aware of it, but you know what? It actually feels like a nerve pain rather than a muscle pain. So I just wonder whether there's a nerve in there that's getting caught. Maybe I need to get a bit more supple through the calf. Some self-massage, some stretching, and just keep it nice and loose and supple. Maybe that will fix it. So we're back on here, baby. We missed Thursday, but today was pretty much 15K, I would say, on here. And I think we might be back, so that is good. Week 1 done. Not a great start, but we're into it. So stay tuned for video number 2 next week, week number 2. Like I said, I'm doing a video a week covering all the training from that week. So hope you enjoyed that. The Rebels, first impression, they're great. Lightweight, comfy. I don't know, man. They feel good. It's a bit different running on the Air Runner, I guess. It's a little bit less impacting than running on the road. But I'm so glad I kept this. I was actually going to go and put this in the tip a few weeks ago because it was just sitting here and I wasn't doing much with it. But after running on this today, watching some TV, it just felt amazing. So I might actually do more of my long runs on here, because the long runs, it's not really about how far you're going. It's more about just putting the time on your legs, keeping your heart rate in that kind of zone 2 space. So I reckon I might do some of my weekend runs on the treadie at home. Okay, team, stay sexy, keep roaring love. I'll see you real soon. Mwah.